We all trust two-factor authentication, right? We see it as our digital suit of armor. But what if I told you a hacker could just walk right past it? Today, we're going to talk about a threat called session hijacking and why it completely shatters the myth of 2FA. Come on, you know the feeling. It's that thought we all have. That little 6-digit code that pops up on your phone feels like an unbreakable shield. It's why we feel so safe online thinking, hey, even if someone gets my password, they're stopped cold right there. It's a really comforting thought. But here's the thing. That comforting thought, it's totally, completely wrong. And it's all based on a huge misunderstanding of where the real danger is. And look, this isn't some sci-fi, far-off theory. This is happening right now. A hacker can get total control of your most important stuff, your email, your YouTube channel, your Amazon account, and they can do it without ever needing your password or your 2FA code. They basically just waltz right through the front door. So how on earth is that even possible? Well, it all comes down to a really clever digital heist, and it targets something we all create every single day without even thinking about it. To get this, we've got to talk about the cookie thief. Okay, so whenever you log into a website, the server has to have a way to remember who you are while you click around, right? To do that, it gives your browser a tiny piece of data, and that little thing is called a session cookie. This is really the heart of the whole thing. The best way to think about a session cookie is like this. It's your digital passport for that specific website. As long as your browser is holding that passport, the website server knows it's you and just lets you in everywhere, no questions asked. So here's how the heist actually goes down. It usually starts with a simple email. You get a file that looks totally harmless, like a PDF invoice or a sponsorship deal. The moment you open it, some hidden malware quietly scans your browser's data, finds that digital passport, your session cookie, and zips it over to the hacker. Then, all the hacker has to do is paste that cookie into their browser. And the result is, well, devastating. The website server sees that valid passport and just gives the hacker complete access. They never had to type in a password. They never had to provide a 2FA code. Your security was completely bypassed. They didn't have to break down the door. They just used your key. I know, that sounds absolutely terrifying. But here's the really good news. The defense against this is incredibly simple. Seriously, it's just one click that most of us forget to do. Okay, this is the most important part to understand. 2FA and logging out do two totally different jobs. 2FA is like the bouncer at the front door. It checks your ID when you're trying to get in. But logging out, its job is to destroy your ID token, that session cookie, the second you leave the club. And this, right here, is the critical mistake that almost all of us are making every single day. We're done with our email, we close the tab, and we just move on with our lives. But when you do that, your digital passport is still active. It's just sitting there in your browser's data, basically waiting for a thief to find it. The solution is this simple: deliberate action. You have to physically find and click the sign out or log out button. That is the only thing that actually kills the cookie. See, clicking sign out is so powerful because it sends a direct order to the server to make that session cookie worthless. It's basically like digitally shredding your passport the moment you're done using it. A stolen cookie becomes useless, and that forces any attacker right back to square one, where they'd have to face the very password and 2FA they were trying so hard to avoid. So when you zoom out and look at the big picture, what we're really talking about here is that classic, timeless conflict in our digital lives. It's the trade-off between keeping ourselves safe and things being, easy. Let's be honest, websites are built to keep us logged in. It's convenient for us, it's seamless, and it's good for their business. But that very convenience is what creates this gaping hole. Sure, some websites have extra layers of security, but a lot of them don't. It's a pretty stark reminder that the easiest path is almost always the most exposed one. So this whole thing leaves us with one final, very personal question. The next time you're about to just close the tab on your email or your bank account, just remember you have a choice. You can save 1 second, or you can take 1 second to click sign out. So you have to ask yourself, is that tiny, tiny bit of convenience really worth risking your entire digital identity?